Bonjour. Today, I'm discussing this French language Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date, reference 118206 in 950 Platinum. You can see and you can purchase this French language Platinum Rolex Day-Date with glacier blue dial on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video, that card in the upper right, to see our full listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Platinum Rolex Day-Date. If you like your presidents in platinum, look no further. Now, of course, President is just the nickname of this model given its illustrious past clientele, but believe me, it's worthy of the moniker. Now, it's also traditionally sized, however, so it wears well on my 16-centimeter circumference wrist. You'll note that the classical 36mm Oyster case is quite discreet for a watch with such incredible material and horological value. 36mm across the round of the case, not inclusive of the crown, means that this is a remarkably refined, rich, and restrained timepiece. It's 12.5mm thick, but you'll notice that with a generously domed sapphire, as well as a domed bezel, it's easy to slide a dress cuff up and over this watch. It is a consummate dress piece, even if it's also water resistant to 100 meters. Now, from lug to lug, the watch measures a compact 43mm, but when you measure the solid end links of the bracelet, which extend the watch a few millimeters on both sides, it has a more contemporary 47mm measurement horizontally across the wrist. Of course, all in platinum with a all solid link platinum bracelet and a solid platinum caseback. The watch has far more mass on the wrist than you would suspect given its bare dimensions, but that's one of the subtle pleasures of a platinum Rolex Day-Date. Now you can see as I open up the crown clasp, this is the classical Rolex President bracelet, all solid links, end and center. You also note differential finish, polished on the outermost shoulders, flanking links in satin, center links high polished for superb contrast, no need to resort to two-tone. Of course, the clasp is substantial, satin finished in platinum on its interior, and externally, as has always been the case with the crown clasp, and you can see it in action here, only one cue as to the partition point between the two sides of the bracelet. It's wonderfully discreet, and because it's lower in profile, less likely to suffer desk diving indignities, scratches and scuffs that may be accrued around the office. You'll also note that the bracelet is perhaps more supple on the wrist than the classical 3-link Rolex Oyster, but because the links are individually smaller, it's also tougher than the Jubilee while having a lot of the same supple feel on the wrist. So tougher than the Jubilee, more comfortable than the Oyster, richer than both. And the case is a spectacular piece because it's simple and enduring. It's the Rolex Oyster case we've known, unless you're quite honestly older than 90 years old, it's the Rolex Oyster case profile that we've known for most of our lives, or all of our lives. High polish, beautiful sensuous curves. The curves of the Oyster case as used on the 36mm Datejust and the Day-Date are an undersold aspect of this watch's appeal and the pleasure of ownership. Of course, platinum style, we have the domed bezel giving way to a glacier blue sunburst dial that's worth the price of admission by itself. Wonderfully subtle. It has shades of silver, of white, of blue, sometimes even a little bit of violet depending on what angle the light hits it, so it has a dynamism to it. There's a stylized railroad track, seconds and minutes register outboard of the highly stylized and polished white gold Roman numerals. White gold hands at center. Hours and minutes are luminescent, so the watch does have some low or no light visibility. Now the Day-Date functions, of course, numbers are numbers, but if you are an enthusiast of Rolex Genève, this is the lingua franca of Geneva. A French language watch, it has a little bit more of a geographically localized appeal. This is very much close to Rolex's heart and soul. Its assembly in Geneva, of course, going by the French language, and Rolex itself having one foot perhaps in each side of Switzerland, over in BLBN Rolex naturally having a German-speaking movement assembly, and in Geneva, its home in Switzerland since the 19s, French is spoken to good effect. You don't have to learn French to enjoy this watch. You just have to learn 7 days of the week. However, it's a wonderful backstory. Now, the timepiece does feature hacking seconds, so you can pull the crown, stop the balance, and synchronize the COSC chronometer to a known accurate reference time. It also features a double quickset, so you can rapidly cycle between, and I'll see if I can demonstrate this to good effect, turn through the changeover and out of the danger zone. But it features a double quickset, so you can rapidly jump between date and day without having to spin the hands frantically. Caliber 3155 inside, 31 joules, manufacture movement, naturally protected by 100-meter water resistance. It has the quickset, it has the hacking, it has Breguet overcoil hairspring in anti-magnetic parachrom blue, a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index. It's also very shock resistant. Of course, being a COSC Swiss chronometer, it is also highly accurate. This is a timepiece that fires on all cylinders. With the French language connection, the light amount of luminescence giving it just a bit more utility, the cool as ice aesthetic, and the rich and restrained character of the watch, this is a fantastic all-arounder. You can see and you can purchase the apogee of Rolex Oyster Perpetual production on our website.